We don't know if it will be under the corporate governance. It's not even now the state advisory is it a committee, the SCAC, that will be over, that will actually be, scrutinizing the governance of this particular companies at the end of the day. There is a lot of fog that we need to clear around there. So make us understand.
You see, Dibal, as I've said, any infrastructure fund must be established under Article 206 of the Constitution. That by itself creates a certain amount of governance structure for that particular fund. In fact, the Auditor General, the Controller of Budget, Parliament itself must have a role over that fund. So anybody dreaming that they will create a fund outside Article 206 is lying not just to Kenyans, but to himself or herself. There will be no fund unless you change the Constitution. What they can create without Parliament having a direct role are the subsidiary companies. You know, when you have a fund, the fund can invest as an equity partner where they can establish XY company to offer certain services or to do some infrastructure project and charge user fees. Or it can invest in a third-party company as equity investor. Or they could partner as collaborators. So those subsidiaries will be under Companies Act or whatever they'll want. But the fund where the shilling from the Kenyan taxpayer will be put in as seed money must come to Parliament. And it will have to comply with Article 10, our national values of equity, inclusivity, Article 232 and Article 201 of the Constitution. And most fundamentally, it will have to comply with OECD rules and principles on infrastructure governance. There are global frameworks. If you want, remember what I said? If you want to compete globally, you must adopt global standards. So there are already OECD frameworks on governance of sovereign funds or infrastructure funds, which you will have to comply with. Some of which are, the projects have to be long-term, there must be least cost financing, not expensive, value for money, public participation, full disclosure of data and information, public participation, all those issues have to be in the governance of those funds. So personally as an MP, I'm waiting for them to bring their proposal to Parliament. Yes, and then I will apply my mind based on what I've said here, on the Constitution, on OECD principles, on best practices from elsewhere, then we can structure the fund. But there will be no fund outside Article 206.
Article 2.
Unless we are about again to violate our Constitution, what I'm hearing Mheshimiwa saying, which I agree with, is that we have to be respectful of our constitutional principles. So even when he's talking about the Article 201, the most critical thing is that if you are looking at bringing resources, like even what we are saying about selling, if you are talking about a sovereign fund, for example, you are looking at intergenerational equity. You are building up a mechanism that says that this generation shall also take care of future generations. So as we build this fund is going to be there in perpetuity. If you are saying that, panel it with a lot of policy statements that make sense and talk about sustainability and talk about openness, accountability, and so on. What I'm hearing about this fund is very unfortunate. It's a political animal that we are generating to whip up emotional and political support. That's what it is. So I saw the UDA meeting today and I saw what they were talking about and I was like, these guys, which country are they representing? If it's Kenya, Kenya needs more stability, Kenya needs more certainty, Kenya needs more long-term